Not you,
Exactly.
not you, and not you guys but to the listeners out there, if you think that young man that was with Mr. Brown wasn't coached on what to say and not to say to the press, you don't get it. You just don't get it. And he's not going to say, "Oh yeah, my buddy was beating the crap out of a cop." That's going to make that's going to throw holes in that story. But he's already been caught in a lie because he said they were running away. When forensic reports that have been leaked out, no matter how people try to twist it, it looks as though Mr. Brown was heading towards the officer and was getting hit and fell forward into the towards the officer, as you could tell the progression of the bullets. From what I saw, and they were all on the front. None of them were in the back. So, and even if he had his hands up, because I had this conversation today, as an officer, you're not taught to shoot at the arms. You're taught to shoot center mass. You don't shoot at the arms. So, I ain't buying that either.
Have either of you listened to it was on the Dana show on Monday where the lady, she went by her name Josie. She didn't want to give out her real name, and she had personal accounts from Officer Wilson, and she basically gave the officer's side of the story, and it was on the Dana show. CNN's reporting on it now as well, of the other side of the story. Did you guys catch that one?
I did, but that's already been kind of disproved too. Parts of her story have been shot holes in it, and understand that was a story she got from the officer's wife. So that's 3 deep. That's 3 deep into it. And again, if you think she wasn't coached on what to say, you're naive. Now, somewhere in there,
I honestly don't think it's even really about the whole Mike Brown thing anymore.
Well, it's not.
I mean, my concern too was the Eric Holder situation. Why did he immediately come in and say, don't release the information?
Exactly. And
obviously, people are going to ask questions.
And that's exactly the point I'm making. I mean, he's already been outed as not releasing the video of Mike Brown in the store, pushing that store owner around. He called and said, "Don't release that." So how much more information did he order not to be released that would basically not condone,
exonerate
the officer? I mean,
that too. And then after the autopsy reports are released, then he says we're ordering another autopsy. Why? What are you trying to gather out of it?
Yeah, the body's dead. I mean, it's not going anywhere. Nothing's going to change except maybe rigor mortis, and it might start to smell after a few, unless you keep it refrigerated. But other than that, the bullet holes aren't going to change.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm talking about a dead kid here, but we're not the ones that are making a big deal out of this. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you heard my monologue, but I think the press isn't to blame in this.
No.
And the Republicans aren't to blame in this, and the Democrats and the liberals and the black leadership and Jesse. I'm just glad Jesse Jackson got run out of there. That was so freaking hilarious.
Well, they're just trying to gain from something that isn't something that should even be gained on.
Exactly.
Had they not, thrown this out of proportions, there wouldn't be riots still going on. I mean, we have people down here in Phoenix now that are protesting at our Capitol because an officer shot another black woman, and they felt that her death wasn't justified when she came at the sergeant with a hammer, and he shot her.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
So now we have...
Well, that's the thing about this whole thing. The St. Louis shooting of the guy with the knife, I watched the video. I don't know what these guys are watching, but the guy fell at the officer's feet after he got shot, which means he was moving towards the officer. Officers have guns. If you want to approach an officer with a knife, you are bringing a knife to a gunfight. My job as an officer was 2 things. In my 10-hour shift, I had 2 responsibilities: eat and go home alive. Everything else I'm dealing with as I need to. But I don't go to work to shoot anybody, and I don't think there's an officer out there that does. You'd be hard-pressed. And there might be somebody out there, but a majority of the officers I work with, we didn't even want to pull our guns out of our holsters. That was the furthest thing from our mind. We tried everything but that. I mean, I've talked people out of knives before, but then again, if they would have went south and ran at me, I'd had to shoot them. I'm going home. Whatever.
I'd rather be judged by 6 than carried out by 12. Is that the right
judged by
quote?
12 and carried by 6.
Oh, other way around.
I'm a
My
big
bad.
guy, Ryan, but I don't need 12 people carrying me to my grave. I'm just saying.
Just aerodynamically challenged.
Yeah, exactly. But this thing gets blown all out of proportion. The sensationalists come in. Of course, Jesse Jackson tried to use it as a fundraising event. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke, and we are to blame. We are to blame because we allow it to happen.
And it's because we're not critical thinkers. I mean, this is a perfect example of people controlling the flow of information in order to get their desired outcome and something they can profit off of. And, the evidence is right there, and people are just eating up the narratives because people are controlling the information coming out a certain way, also picking and choosing which information to accept because they have some preformed bias. This is called a confirmation bias, and I see it a lot all over the internet.
Well, and it all boils down to people using an incident to further an agenda.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's where, as I said, flow of information, control of information flow comes in. Like when you're giving people just one side of the issue or an overwhelming amount, like sensationalizing this trivial detail here just because it'll make if it's your agenda, then people are going to believe you because they don't have access to the other information. People, I don't know.
Well, and it's funny because this whole situation really, to me, amplifies the hypocrisy of the anti-gun crowd.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if anything, this does. Because first they complain that citizens stand up to law enforcement when the citizens believed that they were in the right. And it doesn't matter what you think of Bundy or whether he's tax evasion. It had nothing to do with taxes, by the way. These are fees from an entity that has no land. These are arbitrary fees, and no one got the whole story on that. But it doesn't matter what the reason was. If you notice, there was no tear gas at Bundy Ranch. There was no rubber bullets. There was no police lines and stuff like that. Just think of all those people in Ferguson showed up armed.
Yeah.
Do you think the police this would have been done and over with in 2 days? And I'm not talking, people think, wow, there's all this shooting. No, when you show up on equal footing, you don't have to put your hands up in the air and say, don't shoot. The shop owners, matter of fact, the militia's there and no one's reporting it. No one's reporting that the militia showed up.
Well, except for the pro-gunners.
The Missouri militia showed up, and guess you know why they're not reporting it? Because there's blacks in the Missouri militia, and they're
doesn't fit.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Go ahead.
Doesn't fit their pigeonholed agenda. Yeah, like, hey, if it's all white people, we can accuse them for being racist. Yeah,
exactly.
And it's all creating the race war. I mean, have never been racist my entire life, and you're seeing all these things where people are, if you have an opinion on something, so if I say people are acting out of line there, and there are some acting out of line, there are some people there with their heart in the right mind, but just like the open carriers, when we have that guy at Target that posed with that picture and the gun was somewhat pointed at his child's head, like he was taking it to the extreme to try to prove a point. So there's some people in St. Louis that are trying to, or in Ferguson, that are trying to prove a point and are not there for the right cause. They're there to cause havoc. So there's going to be bad seeds everywhere. But the problem is turning this into a race war when we got past that years and years and years ago. It's 2014.
We're supposed to be a post-racial society, if anything.
Well, of
I
course.
just find it sickening.
Well, I think the actor Morgan Freeman said it the best: "Is you want to end racism, stop freaking talking about it."
Exactly.
Stop talking about it and stop making it an issue where there is no issue.
Well, when you hear it on the media, they're saying a black, unarmed. Like, why do you even have to add the color into it? We all bleed red.
Exactly.
Well, we all and then if you're gonna tell a story, tell the whole story. Just don't tell parts of it that are true, but don't paint the entire picture.
Yeah, don't cherry pick certain facts just because they fit your preconceived bias or your desired agenda.
Exactly. Well, hey, we got to take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Go ahead and guys mute up, and we'll run these commercials here. I'm on the air talking to Beth Banister of Second Right and Ryan Lee of Rifles and Reason. Go to Facebook, like their page, check them out. Today's broadcast brought to you by Eat24.com. It's like having a food truck in your pants. Download the free app, put it on your iPhone or your Android, put in your zip code, and they will find a restaurant that will deliver food to, oh my God, I'm tripping all over the place. Deliver food to you. Also, tonight on the Celebrity Hotline, the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline is being utilized tonight. And a big thanks to them for providing us our 1-800 number, which is not working for my show at the moment. But we will get that fixed because I'd love to take your calls. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network, and you are listening. And you are on the air.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks and the Dog on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Are you looking to buy prescription eyeglasses? Family-owned and operated EyeFramePros.com is your online store for prescription eyeglasses. Select the eyewear of your choice from our variety of frames, fill out the prescription information, and place your order in no time. After this quick and easy process, you'll receive your prescription glasses in a few days. All major credit cards accepted. Visit us at EyeFramePros.com. That's EYEFramePros.com. See what you are missing.
The small city of Rockton, Illinois, is stunned by the brutal and senseless murder of an entire family, leaving only the father to pick up the pieces of his shattered life. Two rookie detectives are at odds, but before they get a chance to stop him, the killer strikes again. Will Detective Max Larkin and Detective Jesse Fairlane put their personal differences aside so they can stop the killer from striking again? Find out in the new suspense thriller, Time Killer, from author Todd M. Theed. Available in hardcover, softcover, and Kindle at Amazon.com.
I stumbled upon a great new ebook website the other day that blew me away, and I thought you'd enjoy it as well. It's called ShebaBlake.com. In addition to the great variety of genres and titles, each ebook is only 99 cents. Whether you're a fan of drama, fantasy, nonfiction, poetry, romance, history, or something else, there's something for every reader, even young readers. Order your ebook in the downloadable format that works best for you today. Go to ShebaBlake.com. SHEBA Blake.com.
I bust a shot on them. And one. For real though, I'm trying to see what that thing do.
What up, this your boy Majesty the God. Make sure you go pick up the hottest single that's out right now. All systems go on iTunes and Google Play. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Majesty DAGOD 80 Entertainment. We in here.
All I need in my life is a stay ready, all systems on go. Take a hit, then I pass it to the bro. Oh,
hey, do you ever commit? Have a problem saying no to your kids, your boss, and your relatives? That just might be why you're feeling stressed and out of balance. Go to CherylSaysNo.com. That's SHERYL saysno.com. And learn for free 6 tips on how to say no without sounding passive or aggressive. Visit CherylSaysNo.com.